Good morning, guys. Thank you for having me today.
Thanks for coming in. Now, I really love what you are doing, and for our listeners, I want you to go ahead and set the stage and tell us about your program and what you do right here in the community.
No problem. All right, so what we have is the Self Equity Program, which is a social emotional mentorship program that we work with students. Right now, it's in middle and high school, and what our approach is, we really focus on emotional intelligence, and what that is self-awareness, self-management, relationship awareness, and relationship management. Just four components that we really want to touch on, teach students about, and we do that with building relationships first, and then we go to capacity building, planning, implementation, and evaluations is how we structure everything, and it has been very successful so far. But just want to be able to spread the news about that because we're doing some really great things and seeing a lot of progress and success with the program so far.
And what are some of the ways that you keep these students engaged with your program?
Yeah, that's a great question. So first and foremost, when they come in, we take attendance, but the first thing that we do is we start off with conversations. And what I have here in studio are some conversation cards, some conversation starters to really get kids engaged and involved right away. And what that has done is just help set the tone, set the mood for the class and how we're going to move things forward. You get to, these are very intriguing questions, some more comprehensive, some very simple, but to get kids talking to me, to each other, and we're just learning about one another. And I think that's big on when it comes to being self-aware and then also having that awareness when it comes to relationships.
It's probably tough to get kids to start talking these days, I bet.
Yeah, absolutely. But you have to model it. That's the biggest thing is you have to model the behavior first. So when first starting day one, yeah, it's quiet. So I was like, all right, I'll go first. When we have those days, even the days when we've had weeks and it still gets quiet. I said, oh, well, this Monday's starting off slow. I'll go first. And then I'll just start choosing, all right, what do you guys think about this question? What's your answer? And what that has done, again, just facilitate conversation, engagement, and we're able to move along with the rest of the day. And it's very compact. We only have 30 minutes because I'm not allowed to take away instructional time. So I'm only at the schools during the lunch periods.
What are some of the different schools that have this program here? Not only, I mean, you were telling us, not only in the Rockford area,
Yeah.
but Miami and Tennessee and different places too.
Yeah, so I started it off a couple years ago with Sterling High School. That was the first school to take a chance on it. And they had an actual class period dedicated to social emotional learning. And what I did is I came in, we did the program, got the data, and was able to talk about it moving forward with other districts. So now, fast forward a year after that, was in Miami-Dade County, serviced that for about 5 months. Again, getting more data, being able to talk about it, and now presenting it to RPS. And here in RPS, we have Lincoln Middle School, West Middle School, Roosevelt Community High School, Jefferson High School, and East High School. And then you also talked about Tennessee, Kenwood High School. Shout out to all these schools that I'm working with, everybody who's listening right now. Shout out to my students because I told them that I was going to be on. So Kenwood High School, which is the school I graduated from. So instead of it's a 12-week program, and that's per semester. But in Kenwood, in my hometown, I'm there for all, I think, 40 weeks of the school. I'm there every single Wednesday. So
Why do you think that this is so important for students to be learning?
that's a great question because, when after the start of the pandemic, students were confined to no relationships behind the screen. So now you think about these students who were in 4th grade, 5th grade, who were in 7th grade, 8th grade. They lost a lot of that socialization during that time. So what we just trying to do is trying to help with the learning loss, help with just building a total student better, for the future. And one of the things that we're able to do and how it helps with Kenwood High School and RPS is because they have the pathway system, right? And when you take this assessment, you will have a list of careers that align with what you test as. I mean, it's so comprehensive. And when I talk about it, it's the self-equity program because it talks about self first and building equity in self. So what we do to make it easier for the students is now we have this bird system, now flight school. So you either test as when you talk about primary and secondary, eagle, parrot, dove, and owl. And that's a little bit easier to remember rather than DISC. And it's very colorful, and I have all the things in the studio to show you. We have that comprehensive, again, it's an easy test, but comprehensive results. And then we have a workbook that we go through throughout the rest of the program.
Well, I'd like to try one of the exercises, Chelsea.
Me too. Can you stick around for our next break?
Absolutely.
And you can play along too, listeners, so stick around. We'll come back in about 8 minutes on B103, today's best variety.